Where would you like me to break? This one's already been broken.
Let's do that one. Absolutely. Oh, look at that. Isn't that great?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that great?
Hey, you found us. My name is Art.
I'm Kendahl.
And we're here to talk about plants.
Plants, of course. We love them.
What's on your reading list this summer?
Oh, man. I'm probably going to read about plants. What about you, Art?
Well, I like to read about a lot of things.
Do you? Okay.
But for this show, we'll talk about plant books.
Okay.
But before we get to the book list, let's look at some photos.
Well, let's do.
That is a filmmaker that we hired for PLANTPOP.
Mm-hmm.
He's worked for us in the past when he was in college, and he graduated about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know him well. His name is Josh Wingard. Really super talented. And now he's full-time.
Yes.
Full-time filmmaker.
Doing some summer reading, and I just noticed the tree that his hammock is under. That's our London plane tree.
Yeah, that was from last week.
Isn't that
wasn't
fun?
it?
Yeah, that's great. What a great shade tree. He is enthralled.
That looks really
his summer
comfy.
Reading. Very relaxed.
Now, that's a sign that seems maybe important to read.
It does. It does indeed. Yes, that would be an important sign. And
why would you be eating this vegetation?
I don't know. It's a curious sign, isn't it? But it's been sprayed with something, so don't eat it. Okay. So there's a good sign.
You pick certified organic bundles. Now, where was this?
This is a lavender farm in Washington State, and it's just acres and acres.
They grow lavender?
They do.
Don't they get a lot of rain?
Well,
it doesn't seem like that would be a great. You want dry.
But there's summers. They have dry summers,
Okay.
dry, warm summers, and they do have some mild, wet
So it's
winters
the
there.
fall and the.
Yeah, but it's perfect lavender growing weather out there.
Okay.
And in this area.
Wow.
Isn't that fantastic? But there were several lavender farms together on this little dirt road, and just.
Have you been to any other lavender farms?
I have not.
I know that a couple of our filmmakers,
yes,
Tara and Laura, were going to lavender farms.
Very much want to go.
Because it's a big Instagram thing, and it must smell wonderful.
Art, you can hear, when you approach it, you can hear like this little roar, this low roar, and it's bees everywhere. It's really amazing. And the smell, the fragrance.
It's got to be.
It's just
amazing. Speaking of amazing, these are some really nice cuts.
So if you've ever been out, had the opportunity to go to the Pike's Market.
Yeah, I've been there.
Isn't that fantastic?
I got donuts.
Yeah, donuts?
I didn't buy flowers.
There's so many. The entire side, the front side of this amazing place is cut flowers. Fresh cut from farms right there. Isn't that amazing? Just fantastic.
A little closer to home. This is Virginia Beach.
This is Virginia Beach, Virginia, and I love this landscape.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It caught our eye because it was rather simplistic.
Junipers and sedum. What's growing in the log?
More sedum.
Okay.
And isn't that fantastic? Just driftwoods, very simple, very clean, not much to it. I liked how they used the shell in there for their top dressing. Not beautiful?
No, that's not shell. That's a rock. Is that right?
It's a rock. They actually have. It looks to me like they were trying to go with a red, white, and blue kind of theme there. Maybe it's certainly. Okay. That's what it kind of looked like.
It's a very earthy red, white, and blue.
To us, yeah. But it's perfect. I mean, that just screams coastal Virginia. Isn't that lovely?
It does.
Another property. This
is
agave.
Agave. Well, that's what catches my eye.
Incredible.
Really big.
They're massive. The homeowners were very proud of this. Oh, perfect. Oh, very appropriate.
I was like, am I wearing that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's very appropriate. Aren't they lovely? And they haven't bloomed yet. We asked of the homeowner. What do you think of that?
They have packed that space.
Yes.
I like it.
I do too. Excellent use of space.
A little wild. But I really like it. I think I prefer that to the overwhelming stone.
Yes.
airstrip.
It seems like they have planted every bit of dirt that was available to be planted in this.
Well, it looks that way because is that Ruellia?
That is Ruellia.
It's kind of.
It's
spreading out, isn't it?
It is kind of spreading out a little bit amongst the other plants.
Is that a problem for you?
It can be, yes.
So you would not recommend planting Ruellia?
If you have the space for it, go for it. It's a lovely plant.
You wouldn't call it invasive? Some people do.
I would.
I'm putting you on the spot.
I would politely.
So maybe you took this photo too.
Yes, to show this is an excellent way to grow Ruellia. It's a beautiful plant, blooms all summer long, looks very lush and tropical. I mean, look at those intense purple flowers. And there are dwarf varieties of this as well. It is hardy here in our area, and interesting. It looks the way they have this looks like it's going to be like in a very dry environment, but actually that plant will tolerate extremely wet, even grow aquatically. But I like how they've contained it. There's no way it's going to spread on this property. So very lovely. Oh,
there's no way this is going to spread.
No,
there's
sir.
no way.
No, sir.
What a loser idea.
It doesn't make you smile. I mean, that's just fun.
It's hilarious.
That's just fun.
The Snuggie for rednecks in summer.
This is an actual product. This.
Yes.
Yeah, that exists in the world. So, one of our farm trucks, maybe, it gets pretty hot here in the summer. No. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
You're not going to take us. Okay. Oh boy.
So, what's on your summer reading list? You've got a lot of books here.
Yes.
I told you let's do one on summer reading, and you just like.
I couldn't help
You haven't read all of this, have you?
I have over the years, and some of these books are very old books. You can see some dust on them. They've been sitting on the shelf for a long time. That's a fun book right there.
Yeah, I know Amy Stewart.
Yeah. This is kind of fun book too.
All right, but tell me just about one. Like, we can't talk about all the books.
No.
You want me to go first or you?
Sure, you can go first.
All right, so I'm reading this book. It's called Onward and Upward in the Garden by Katherine White. She was an editor of the New Yorker magazine. This is like back in the 40s, 50s,
Okay.
something. One of the most interesting things to me is she's writing specifically about nurserymen, particularly the nurseries that were writing catalogs and the prose that they would write.
Okay.
And so here's someone who discovered famous writers like O. Henry and E.B. White, who she married, by the way.
Right.
So she was discovering them and publishing them in the New Yorker, and at the same time, she was falling in love and critiquing the horticultural advice from these horticulturalists all across America and the globe.
Yes.
And it's really a fascinating perspective.
That's neat.
I did not realize that there is a rich tradition of rather eccentric horticultural voices in literature that I am sort of a part of because I write an article
You do.
regularly
Yes.
and doing the plant show.
And you're very good at it. Yes.
I guess.
You are a very good writer. This is very interesting.
Yeah, it was fascinating. So I'm enjoying reading
Perhaps
it.
you'll let me borrow it when you're done.
I'm enjoying reading it.
Yeah, that's very
Tell me about
interesting.
yours.
So I just got this just a couple of days ago. I was looking for another book.
Eating the Sun, How Plants Power the Planet.
Yes. So you and I already know.
Yeah, I know.
The amazing value of plants because we are around them every day.
I want to skip right to here. The discovery of photosynthesis.
Yes. It's remarkable. And this is a very interesting history from the beginning of time of the incredible value of photosynthesis. And
yeah, it powers the world.
well, yes. I mean, and plants, I mean, if you think about it, it's like one of the biggest miracles of nature is this world. It is absolutely phenomenal. Otherwise, we would just have a sun that just heats, it warms rocks,
right,
and reflects off of water. So it's a very interesting.
How far have you gotten?
I've the first chapter. I'm just getting into it, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'll share that with you when I'm done. But so many plant books. There's just
yeah. Tell me about it. You did a search recently. You were telling me about.
I did do a search recently, and I was just curious about. I typed in one topic, and it was houseplants, and I just kind of was like, I wonder how many houseplant books there are out there. Do I have time to read them all? I'd like to get rolling on it.
1,000.
No, keep going. It's way into the thousands. One search, they had almost 4,000. One website, and just their search. Another search had 6,000, and there was yet another one that had over 20,000. Houseplant books. That's houseplant books. These are
outdoor plant
These
books.
are outdoor land. Isn't that amazing? Do you think we have time to read them all? I'm going to try. I'm going to do the best I can. The more we learn, the better. But it's just, that's exciting to me because plants are so exciting and just, we want to learn more. That's great.
For our pop culture, this is maybe like 5 years old. There was this TV show called Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
It's about a woman's prison. Terrible show. I didn't like it at all.
Okay.
Makes me really uncomfortable.
Okay.
Women in prison.
Yeah.
They're mean to each other. It's not good. Anyways, but I think this was from the 4th season. It was the season finale.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady who's in prison, I think she's one of the leaders. Her name is Red.
Okay.
Is reading an excerpt from a book that is called, let me get it right, Bird by Bird. It's by Anne Lamott.
Okay.
Bird by Bird, Some Instructions on Writing in Life.
Okay.
And I was able to find this clip of it, but I gotta warn you, like somebody filmed it off of their TV with their phone and put it on YouTube.
Okay.
So the sound is terrible.
Okay.
I don't have copyright to this.
Okay.
So I'm going to read the excerpt that she's reading over top. I apologize. It's not going to be nearly as dramatic as having this wonderful actress's voice, but this is what she says. The garden is one of the 2 great metaphors for humanity. The garden is about life and beauty and the impermanence of all living things. The garden is about feeding your children, providing food for the tribe. It's part of an urgent territorial drive that we can probably trace back to animals storing food. It's a competitive display mechanism, like having a prize bull. This greed for the best tomatoes and English tea roses. It's about winning, about providing society with superior things, and about proving that you have taste and good values, and you work hard. And what a wonderful relief every so often to know who the enemy is. Because in the garden, the enemy is everything. The aphids, the weather, time. And so you pour yourself into it, care so much, and see up close so much birth and growth and beauty and danger and triumph. And then everything dies anyway, right? But you just keep doing it. So...
I love it. This is wonderful.
It's a lovely passage from a book to what I think is a really crummy show.
Well, I love it.
Everybody needs gardening, even if you're a crummy inmate who's killing people.
Absolutely. Plants affect people. They affect you. Generally for the good. I hope. Yeah. Yes.
So we looked at some books.
We did look at some books.
Let's hit the plants.
Well, let's hit the plants. So, I've been spending a lot of time reading lately, and this little redhead I get a little sunburned.
Okay.
I try to wear sunscreen. Everybody should wear sunscreen. But when I do...
Hey, hello.
Hello. Say hello to my little friend. So I feel like he is a very pertinent part of our wall. And
how does it do this?
Everybody should have one.
This is so amazing.
Everybody should have one in their possession at some point because it's a great plant. It's such an easy plant to grow, and it's a purposeful.
We all
plant.
know aloe.
We're going to use it. Yes.
Is that the name of it? Just aloe?
Aloe. Yes.
Are there different varieties?
Oh yes, many different varieties of aloe, and of course you're going to take it out of the container.
I did it nicely.
That was very nicely rooted.
But can I break it?
Absolutely.
Where would you like me to break? This one's already been broken.
Let's do that one. Absolutely. Oh, look at that. Isn't that great?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that great?
So goopy.
That's wonderful, though. Yep. We have a little sunburn.
That's strong, though, when you do it do you dilute it?
No. Put it right on. Isn't that great? Great for a sunburn, little mosquito bite, any little...
What's it taste like? Kind of spicy.
Speak to your wife about that. She's just eating that up.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, not great.
Okay. All right. Well, now we know. I just feel like this should be part of anybody's.
It's got some kick.
Does it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Seriously, that was kind of spicy.
I feel like, I mean, not just as a house plant, but I think we should just have this around. Everybody should have an aloe, at least one aloe plant in their possession at all times.
Where do you grow it?
Anywhere in your house.
Anywhere.
But know this.
Bathroom.
It does tend to be a rather vigorous grower, and it can get a little top heavy. So it'll kind of want to kind of flop to one side and tip over. So, you might want to put it in a little bit larger container.
So it doesn't really mind being pinched off?
It'll heal itself right over, and it just keeps growing right out the top.
Well, it looks like it's kind of black where I'd broken it.
It's totally fine. Just heal itself off. Isn't that a wonderful thing?
And it'll grow to a tip, just like these will.
Yes, it will. Yeah, that's great, and just continues to grow. It's a very.
Is that how
plant.
you would do it, or you take the whole frond off, or you would just a little bit?
I would just
wow,
take a
look
little
at
tip.
that.
Isn't that fun? It's sticky. It's great. It's wonderful.
You'd use this goop instead of going to the drugstore and buying aloe.
This is the real deal. This is as organic as you're going to get. It's not out of a bottle. That's plant-based there. That's
that is
therapy.
definitely plant-based. I love it. That's great, Kendahl.
So I think it should always be on the wall all the time for anything that might come along.
It's too tall.
It'll work.
Speaking of too tall, I don't know how you got this guy in.
When I'm reading, I like to sit out at the beach, sit out in the backyard underneath a wonderful, wonderful tree. Live oak.
The beach? Well, outside in your yard.
Outside of my yard.
Quercus virginiana.
Yeah, so this is a native tree to our area, hence the name. But this is an evergreen oak tree, and it gets really, really much wider than it gets tall. Long-lived tree. I call it a great-grandchildren tree because this will be here long after you and me are gone. But great, slow-growing. Put it in the yard, give him plenty of room to grow. But what a beautiful, stately tree. And just sit under him, do your summer reading. Life is good. Cool. Life is great.
What else we got to look at?
So,
I want to see some plants.
I do want to see some plants too. So it's summertime. So what's going on here in the summertime? It's hot. The grasses are starting to bloom. This actually is a native grass to Virginia called Panicum virgatum. This is a switch grass. This variety is called Shenandoah. Really neat variety because look at the nice red tones it picks up. And as we progress into summer and into the fall, we're going to see even more red tones develop on this. Red grasses are so valuable in the landscape. They're so ornate and so striking. But the Pennisetum rubrum, of course, it's not cold hardy here in Virginia, so we can't winter it over and expect it to come back every year. This one will. It's a native grass, and just look how lovely and wispy these blooms are. Wonderful performing grass. It's very adaptable to wet conditions and dry conditions. Once we get a freeze, the foliage will turn brown, of course, and you enjoy it for as long as you want to, but certainly want to cut it to the base before the new growth comes out next spring. Yeah.
Got a neighbor climbing on it?
He does. That's beautiful. What a stunning plant. Give me this guy and my live oak and a book, and I'm good to go. So Miscanthus is commonly referred to as maiden grass. There are so many amazing varieties of Miscanthus. Oh my gracious, we grow a lot, and there's many more out there in the universe. It's one of those, if you think it probably exists. I mean, this has beautiful, look at this gold band striking on here. And the name is bandwidth. A little bit smaller than some of the Miscanthus straight species. This will grow about 4 foot tall, and with its plumes will get about 5 to 6 foot. Isn't that striking?
It's really cool.
Oh, he'll be blooming soon. Coming up here, late summer, early fall. But it looks like you snuck behind me and painted that.
It does.
It's just very, very lovely. Beautiful
zebra
plant.
stripes.
Yes. So this is another Miscanthus grass. You know this one. I know you like this one. This is the morning light. Isn't that beautiful? So another.
It is. These are fun to walk through.
It's just so fine.
I like this one. It doesn't make me itch as much as a lot of the other grasses cause me to.
So that one had horizontal variegation, and this one has vertical variegation. Isn't that lovely? And it's bright. It's bright in the landscape. This will combine so nicely with other plants in the landscape. Dark greens, burgundy foliage plants. Very, very lovely. Again, this one will grow about 4 foot, his foliage, and the plumes will develop here in a few weeks, and they'll come on up about 6 foot.
Morning Light.
Morning Light Miscanthus. Miscanthus sinensis.
I think that's a pretty poetically named plant. I mean, when you say it, you're like,
it's perfect.
This thing in the morning light, that's awesome.
Isn't it lovely? It stands out in the crowd. Beautiful plant. Then we have one more Miscanthus back there in the corner to share. This is a really interesting grass. Adagio, this is considered a dwarf Miscanthus. So his foliage is only going to get about 3 to 4 foot tall, and his plumes will come up to about 5 feet. But this guy, as we get cold, not yet, not even close to being cold, but coming up here in the fall, this develops a nice red color to it. Beautiful plant in the landscape. Just, man, late summer, fall, striking. Adagio Miscanthus. Maiden grass. And this one is starting to bloom. He's pretty little. They shoot out the middle, and they just kind of open up like little fingers. Isn't that great? Are you a fan?
And it has the variegation.
It does. It does.
Similar to Morning Light. What's the difference between this and Morning Light?
Several things. Morning Light it's a more predominant white vein vertically on it. This one is a little more subtle, but this one will pick up some red colors as we go into the fall. And it's a little bit shorter.
And the blades have a little bit more...
A little coarser. This one
Morning Light's pretty soft.
It is, yeah. So, maybe we're not going to hug this one.
Right.
But it's great.
I will. I've got aloe. I can take care of it.
That's right. So we're going to move from Miscanthus over to Pennisetum. So this is fountain grass. We'll use a little dry. This is fountain grass. And this is straight species. Pennisetum alopecuroides. Just a straight species, not a cultivar. I love these little seed heads. They look like little bottle brushes. In the landscape, he's going to grow about 3 foot tall. Each year, the clump will get a little bit larger. And another one, I feel like this one is beautiful in the wintertime when it's all brown. It's just so lovely. And, we just cut it back when we're done enjoying him in the winter. We'll just make sure we cut it back, about the early March, because the new growth will start to come out when we get warm weather again. But isn't he beautiful? Look at that.
Yeah, and this is a really great plant.
It is a great plant. Grasses are fantastic. They're very drought tolerant. Most of them do prefer more sun than shade, but I feel like when you add grasses to a landscape, instantly the yard the property just takes on a different look. It's a I don't know, very laid back, natural, earthy feel about it.
So the pros are very obvious to see when it's this size. And it's like, oh, what a great thing.
Yes.
What are some of the things people should be aware of or regrets people have?
With any ornamental grass or this one?
This one in particular.
This one in particular? Are you talking about the growing the seeds?
I don't know. Is this one that people tend to regret and wish I'd planted them?
I don't think so.
Different variety.
There are some fountain grasses indeed that are known to produce seed and then they'll proliferate. Shall we say aggressive? I don't want to say aggressive, but you'll have lots of grasses if you plant one. Moodry is one that seeds a lot. It's very pretty though, so you have to weigh it's so pretty. I want it anyway. The river oak you mentioned before, that one's very seedy. That one tends to take over an area, but man, what a beautiful thing to take over an area. It's a native plant, so it does very well. This is lovely. Very nice. So a nice, well-behaved guy, since you're scaring people. I love this. Okay. So last week we did a little traveling around the globe. This is a Mexican feathergrass. Stipa tenuissima. This is an evergreen grass. It stays green. You don't have to cut this guy back like some of our other friends do.
Nice.
Isn't that nice? You can braid it, put a
crazy,
little ribbon in
right?
it, you know. But this one, I want to touch. This is just like, it just looks so soft and feathery. Hence the name, Mexican feather grass, but just a lovely plant in the landscape. Extremely drought tolerant and very long lived. I have several of these in my yard and I've had them for a very long time and doing wonderfully. I love it. Look at that, a soft, refined texture. Beautiful wing.
How big will it get?
Oh gosh, 2.5 foot tall. Each year the clump will get a little bit larger and larger. But combine that.
Oh, here we go.
Now you're
Come
talking.
on.
Look at this combination, though. Isn't that lovely? So I know we're talking your talk now here with this.
You've got my attention.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So another drift rose. This color.
This is a cool combination right here.
It's a very nice combination, but it just feels warm and comfortable to me when I'm sitting outside under my live oak tree, reading the book I'm going to borrow from you. Coral drift rose. So the drift roses, I can't say enough nice things about them. They actually seem to behave.
That's right. The size is what we want.
The size is, it's important. I mean, in the landscape, this guy actually stays in a very nice, clean mound. I love it. I can't say enough nice things about it. It's pretty much always in bloom. Lovely, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And this one, the colder we get, the color actually intensifies a little bit. It just gets more brilliant coral color to it. Yeah, we'll bring this back when it gets cold outside and share it with folks. Very interesting.
You're talking October, November, some cold evenings.
Cold temperatures, and this guy just goes, oh yeah, I mean, just more brilliant, more bright. But I mean, he has spent flowers, continues to produce new buds in here. Just a beautiful plant. Isn't that nice? Together.
Really love it.
Yeah.
Good job, Kendahl.
Thank you.
So this is a PLANTPOP film.
Okay.
And I wanted to share that we're really close to our birthday of PLANTPOP. We started in 2014.
Okay.
I think it was July.
Well, great.
Maybe it was June, but we'll just take it.
Should have brought
it's right about now is our
cake and celebrate.
Maybe. We made 9 films that first year.
Okay.
For a total runtime of, if you watched all our films, it'd be about 20 minutes that you'd be watching. The next year, we only made 5.
Oh.
Well, when I say make, it's release.
Okay.
And so if you watched them all back to back, it would take you 15 minutes to watch it.
Oh.
The next year, 2016, we made 21, over an hour's worth of watching.
That's awesome.
2017, dropped down a little bit. We only made 16.
Okay.
Again, almost about an hour's worth of watching. 2018, oh man, we're going in the wrong direction. Only made 13. Released 13.
Were you reading all summer long?
Only made 13, but about 50 minutes worth of watching.
Oh.
In 2019, now what happened?
Art.
Well, in 2018,
that's awesome.
That's when we hired Laura Christian to be our producer. We had a full-time person to find the stories.
She is wonderful.
So she came in late 2017, maybe 18. I can't really remember. And really turned things around. It takes a while. You know, one year you film it, and the next year you can release it. But anyways, 2019.
That's amazing.
That was my goal from the start, was to be able to have one film every week, over 5.5 hours worth of content if you watched it all back to back. 2020 was not such a great year. A lot of stuff was shut down.
Right.
It was hard to make things. But we're back on track this year. We should be.
That's very good, though. I mean, for last year, tough year.
Yeah, we're doing great.
That is wonderful.
So I feel like we're just getting started.
Oh, yes.
But I did want to, we haven't been here forever, but we've been here a long time. We've made over 150 films.
That's incredible.
And some of them are really good.
Congratulations are in order.
All of them are all right.
This is very exciting.
Now, this is one that we made recently, locally.
Okay.
Laura Christian, who I talked about, she was one of the filmmakers making this, along with, who was behind the camera, was Tara Turner. And it is called a field trip where we go to someone's residence.
Oh, okay.
So I think the whole film is about 3 minutes. It's not real long.
Okay.
And we'll just watch 1 minute of it.
Beautiful.
Do you like that?
Oh, I do.
There's no story, no people talking. There's no excitement.
Part of me probably likes that better, just because I'm a plant geek, and I just
Yeah.
am like, oh, I just want to see all the beauty of the plants and how everybody their artistic impression of,
Right.
of the plants and how they put them together, the whole compilation.
Yeah.
Of it. So I
And
like the
I-
stories too.
And I love how the filmmakers show you and guide you through it.
Yes.
And it makes me think in many ways that was better than if I walked through myself.
Yes.
And I wonder if they don't need a horticulturalist with them to point out, like, oh, this is to help guide and direct.
Very,
But as an artistic vision, it's really great.
it's lovely. It's very lovely. I felt like I was there on that property.
Yeah, that's what we're going
It was
for.
very nice, and that's.
So we're doing a few of those.
I think it's.
If you like them,
Yeah.
let us know. Let us know what works, what's exciting. Please share it. Please watch it.
and they
And
might.
please comment, because they do a lot. They do a lot of work. They get paid for it.
They probably
but-
have an amazing property that they might want to. They might want to share with us.
Oh, the people out here?
Yes.
Maybe.
They
If you do,
Let us know.
we'll send a film crew.
Heck yeah, we will. I can't get enough of that. That's just stunning. Very beautiful.
Do you know some places that you want to send a film crew to?
Oh yes.
Because we're just adding film crews all the time.
Oh heck yeah. This
We're
is great.
growing.
This is great.
Big.
All right. We really, really would like to hear from you. We want to see your photographs. We want your comments, please.
It's about time. This is our 10th plant show
It is.
that we've done.
It is. And, we
You still having fun?
I'm having a great
How
time.
many more do you want to do?
At the moment, I don't see an end at the moment.
Okay.
How about you?
I'm targeting 100.
Okay. All right.
After 100, I think I might be done.
Okay. All right. All right.
But that's almost 2 years.
All right. That sounds good.
So
I-
we're in this for a while.
There's so many amazing things to share with each other that we would love for you to share with us, and that
Okay.
we really want to share with you. I mean,
Right
he curbs my enthusiasm on a weekly basis, just so you're aware. There is a plethora of plant material in the wings.
That's right. That's true.
So we will try to get to them all in our 100 episodes. There's so many things too, so many plans to share with you, and for you to share with us. Please, I would love to see.
All right. Thanks. Come
Thank
on
you
back
so
for
much.
episode number 11 next week.
We'll do it again. Bye bye.
Thanks, guys.